Servus YouTube, Chef here. We got a new update on what's to come for the full release. I will summarize the entire post and give my thoughts to it. Link in description if you want to read the full official statement for yourself. They are saying everything is coming along very well, that they polish new skills. I hope they also do that for the current skills. There are quite a few bugs at the moment. The rest of them all is skills not dealing damage. It's really important that they fix that, and also minor glitches like T-pose turret and falling through map and so on. But moving on, they want to reintroduce little dungeons to the map that they had in the alpha. I'm definitely excited for those, since from what I can see on the screenshots we will be getting a ton of loot out of these. Then they have updated the UI for the new apocalyptic form that they will be adding. We had previews of that from the E3 trailer, not sure how those are gonna turn out. Also, they will be adding difficulty settings for the story mode and different character customizations, like changing the skins and colors on items, similar to Diablo 3's system if I had to guess. And now the thing that I'm most excited about, new passive nodes for the third ring of the Gate of Fates. They're not giving us detail on the exact values for balancing, but from what I can tell, these will have a massive impact on gameplay itself. They have given us the name of different classes and one major node example for all those different areas. First one is called Child of Fury, and the node states, when hitting an enemy that is burning, hits will have a chance to consume the burn stacks and deal X% damage bonus. This will be interesting for ailment builds. Currently burn isn't working with model offerings, so I hope they fix that. I wonder if it will scale with the amount of stacks, but this will push the ailment build even higher. A few months ago I always thought ailment builds are not viable, but now that I've done a build on it, I realized it's quite strong, definitely one of the top tier builds. Next one, Arms Maester, with the node counterattack on blocking, dealing X% of your weapon damage. I wonder if this will scale with residual energy and all other damage increases. If yes, this will hopefully make the tank build I've done viable. It's currently the weakest one out of all the builds. The next node will also work great with tanks. And the Siege Breaker with the node while stationary gain a stack of Fortress every X seconds, each giving minus movement speed and plus damage. Moving will remove stacks over time. Depending on scaling, this will definitely increase the viability of tanks. I don't think this will be used for DPS builds since of the decrease of speed. Gotta be careful though with the scaling. If they make this too powerful, I would just sit in front of the boss, not aggroing him, and just wait for the stacks to build up and start shooting him from afar. I also wonder if using movement spells like Aether Jump and Wings of Ishmi are going to remove a stack. If not, it's gonna be OP. Next one, EOS. When your health reaches 20% or lower, pray, giving all allies res bonus for X seconds and raise them if they are down, has X cooldown. The way I read this, it will only affect allies. I'm not sure if I would pick this up if it's not affecting me. Also, it looks like it adds flat res, not a score, which would be stronger than an increase in score, since if you're the tank, your allies shouldn't really have res score anyways. Moving on, the node that excites me the most from the Oracle of the Trinity class. When using a Lightning, Fire or Frost skill, get a chance to either launch a Lightning Strike, Fire Meteor or Frost Lance, depending on which element the skill has. The way it's phrased, this should also work with converted skills, for example Bleeding Edge into Fire, since Thunderstrike with the Shadow conversion is considered a Shadow skill. The mystery though is how those spells will scale, a huge buff for Mage though for sure. Next one, Plague Bringer, focused around minions with the node example, lose X% of your health / force shield and your minions take less damage. There have no summoner skills been revealed yet, so it's difficult to evaluate this one. I would imagine this redirects damage dealt to your minions to yourself. If minions also have damage reduction, and if it gets then reduced from your resistance as well, it shouldn't be too bad, but we will see. Next class, Abyssal Herald with an ailment node. Every ailment you inflict gets applied to you as well. When you reach 10 stacks, remove the corresponding ailment. You and allies gain a buff depending on the ailment. Stasis gives increased movement speed for X amount of seconds, which is decent. Curse plus X% all resistance for X amount of seconds. This does not say resistance score, so this seems incredibly strong. Weakness with plus X% damage for X seconds, really good for my ailment build. Other ones burn, shock, bleed, poison, restore flat X health and force shield. Those are kind of meh. It's extremely easy to apply 10 stacks at once per proc on an ailment, so currently the downside is not coming into play. So it doesn't really have a downside to it. Time Weaver. When hitting an enemy affected by stasis, after X amount of seconds deal X% of that hit again to the target. Holy Moses, imagine that with the Gunslinger's brand build with the EFO conversion. Seems pretty strong, yeah. Dusk Glaive with the node, when using the active dodge, automatically attack everybody in the path and leave a decoy. Not sure if this will be useful, depending on the scaling on it. We have quite a few nodes working with dodging and stamina points as it is right now. It seems kind of weak, but who knows what other passives we will get with it. Next one, Alice Door. Auto attacking gives a charge of focus, increasing damage. When using a skill, double the bonus and remove every charge. Maybe then I will finally use my auto attacks. They're gonna need way more than that though. Currently I don't have a single build that uses auto attacks. White Arrow, another one that works with auto attacks, gain 1 bounce with additional frost damage on projectiles. Seems also kinda weak. Maybe we will get uniques comboing with that as well. And last, Exorcist. You have 5 bullets replenishing every X seconds or when using an active dodge. For every active bullet gain X% projectile damage, and every inactive bullet gives X% of melee damage. I assume you spent those bullets when using range attacks or skills. If we get more nodes like that, hybrid builds of range and melee would seem appealing. It's gonna need more than this one. And that's all. Of course we don't know how they're gonna turn out, since we only know one node from all the different classes, and we also don't know what skills, modifiers and uniques will be added. Overall, most of them will change the gameplay quite heavily, and I personally am super excited for all different scaling and how they work with each other. Can't wait to get building. But yeah, this was my rundown on what is revealed so far. Hope my perspective on these changes is useful. Let me know if you like patch note rundowns like these. Servus YouTube.